All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Walking Dead video leading up to the start for the 9th season of the Walking Dead television series. In this video, we're going to start by giving our thoughts on a recent comment from the Walking Dead official Twitter account, "Don't believe everything you hear." Alright, and possible spoiler warning for this video. This will be a Q&A, but we'll start by giving our thoughts on the whole at The Walking Dead tweet that they put out on Monday. I think it was about 20 minutes after I released. If you guys saw earlier this week, I did the spoiler video where we gave our thoughts on the recently kind of released spoilers about The Walking Dead Season 9, or apparent spoilers. And again, you know, spoilers and stuff like that comes out on the internet. It's like... you can't say for sure that it's true. You don't know for sure that it's true, and it's kind of like, okay, here's what's out. Here's what, you know, is being kind of reported or is being seen, and this is what people are thinking. You know, so it's just kind of one of those things where you can't say for sure, right? Which is is really frustrating. We got the banner or the new poster that was released for The Walking Dead Season 9 yesterday, which I did a video on. It's in the channel, which brings up some interesting questions about the possibility of, you know, the helicopter, maybe Rick leaving. You know, there's a lot of different ideas here. You know, the whole, is it true about the spoilers about the death? Is Rick, in fact, going to be killed off, going to die? Might he just leave and then come back later? Might he go off in search of Morgan? Who knows, man? I mean, really, this is one of those where it's like, I mean, until we actually see, and hopefully the trailer will give us some more information about this at Comic-Con this month. It's a few weeks away now. So be excited for that. I'm very excited for it because with all this controversy lately, this is the most interested I've probably ever been in The Walking Dead. You know, aside from maybe the season 7 premiere where we wanted to find out who Negan was going to kill, and it was really exciting to kind of, it was frustrating because you got to wait for the premiere to find out. But this one is going to be kind of frustrating in a different way, where we're going to have to wait until we see season 9, episode 5 before we really know whether or not these kind of spoilers are true, or if it's totally false. So the Walking Dead Twitter account came out and said that's probably just a coincidence that I had posted the spoiler video 20 minutes before they said that. I didn't tag the I didn't send the video at them or anything like that. Sometimes, you know, you definitely don't want to do it when it comes to spoilers and that kind of deal. But I don't know if they saw it or if it's just a coincidence, because I publish videos every day. So let's be honest here, it's not, you know, it's not a thing, but it's out there. A lot of people had heard about it that weekend and that, so maybe they were just kind of responding to, you know, what everybody was kind of hearing about with regards to the spoilers, and basically saying, don't believe everything you hear. So this is tricky. You know, this is basically coming from, my interpretation was the Skybound Walking Dead account. So the official Skybound Walking Dead account, which is, I don't think would have been Robert Kirkman himself, probably an employee, right? Somebody who manages that for him, because, you know, he's off writing, you know, all kinds of TV shows and whatever else, and all kinds of comics. There's the Invincible series that's going to be, you know, starting pretty soon. And I don't know how involved he is with The Walking Dead anymore, but I think he'd be somewhat looped into what they're doing with the AMC Walking Dead. But I just don't know. He hasn't done a lot of interviews in the last couple years, I want to say, or last year or so, about The Walking Dead as much as he used to. So it's tricky to say, but certainly if Rick was going to be killed off in the series, or if Andrew Lincoln really wanted to leave, I'm sure he would know about it. Now, would he tell people that work at Skybound who manage the accounts? I don't know. You know, that I'm really not sure about. But, you know, it is something, and it's true that it is something that comes across as like hearsay. You know, you have the Spoiling the Dead fans, where it's a strong group that's pretty good at doing the spoilers and at getting this information somehow. You know, however they do it. AMC, I've heard they have programs where they have like an app that they get, where they have like a secure to their phone. They'll get like a script and it's secure and everything. So how does it get leaked after that? Is it from the pictures that are taken around the sets? Is it from, you know, the fact that Andrew Lincoln is actually not there to film during that time when they would be filming certain episodes? Does that mean he'll be killed, or does that mean he's going to leave in a helicopter like on the poster? Did they release the poster like that because they want us to think that? Is the group actually going to have a convoy go to Washington, D.C.? Are we going to see something like that? Or, a lot of questions, right? A lot of questions that unfortunately, as frustrating as Season 7 was to wait to get the answers, the same thing is going to happen with The Walking Dead Season 9, that there's going to be all kinds of controversy, hearsay, and this and that back and forth. And until we actually see the episodes, we can't say for sure. So, where I'm at with this one, and you guys can leave a comment below on where you're at, but my personal opinion is I really hope that the spoilers are wrong. I hope they're false. I don't want them to be true. To me, that's not the kind of end that I would want for Rick. And also, I'd be more happy if he left and then came back or something rather than they killed him. So, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen 100%. They're going to, obviously, Skybound AMC, The Walking Dead official, is going to want us to stay in suspense until the season actually hits. Could this whole Rick thing with the rumor thing be totally wrong and kind of came out of left field and was totally inaccurate? I guess it's, there's a possibility, but the thing is that he's not actually there right now, right? So you factor that into the mix, right? You factor kind of the information that was left before. You factor in things like AMC changing the banner for their official Twitter to having Daryl at the forefront. We hear about offers to Daryl of $20 million, Norman, $20 million or whatever. Just all this different stuff kind of coming up. Jon Bernthal coming back to do a scene. Who knows if that's for Rick's death scene. Does Rick go to heaven and Shane meets him there and tells him he's sorry for what he did and it's all good and everything, and coming into the white light and everything like that. I don't know. Would they film something like that? Would it be a hallucination as he's dying, as he's down? He somehow, he does Andrew Lincoln does the Rick Curious face, like. That's what I'm talking about. The Curious Rick face, right? And then it's Shane, and it's you see a whisper or a zombie scratching his head, and then it's like, it's Shane, I don't know. We'll see, man. Again, a lot of questions. Hopefully the trailer will give us some answers, but damn, dude, it's early to get any spoilers at all for the season, considering the fact that we don't even have the trailer yet, and it's freaking July. Like, this kind of stuff is coming out in June, so literally this is like way, and we all forgot about the fact that they said at one point that Maggie was probably going to be killed off too, or she might be leaving too. So there's a lot of questions about Season 9. It's probably going to be my most anticipated season ever to find out if this whole thing is true and Rick is in fact killed off, and it will still be surprising if he is. Like, if they still do it. The spoilers, it doesn't ruin it 100% that we have some idea that this could be happening, because it could turn out to be false. It could turn out to be wrong. You can't say for sure. As convinced as you might be, you still can't say for sure. And if they're coming out and say, don't believe everything you hear, that's that. You'd expect for them to do that. You expect for them to say that because, of course, AMC, Skybound, they don't want, and even Andrew Lincoln probably too, they don't want this kind of thing to get out. They wouldn't want people to know that was going to happen before the season even, was finished filming or anything, or before we even saw the trailer for people to know about this. So, really my response to it is like, yeah, I get it. It's expected to hear kind of stuff like that. It's kind of cool that this is the first kind of thing that we've seen from official to respond in some way to all the craziness and all the stuff that's been going on online and all the information about this season and about Andrew Lincoln. And at least this is some kind of response from somebody involved with The Walking Dead official saying that don't believe everything here, or don't believe it is pretty much what they're saying, or some of it could be wrong, whatever. It's like I hope so, man. I hope so. But certainly you guys can leave a comment below and just let me know how you're feeling about that comment that they made. The first kind of thing we've heard back the other way after all the Rick information and everything that's been going on with that. So leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think about that. I'm just thinking, well, of course they're going to say that, right? It's like, yeah, of course they are. So, yeah, Nobel, Replay, and Hemmyyy and a bunch of the other guys said, like, Trev, check the Walking Dead Twitter. They said it. That was like on Monday, but you're just getting around to it now. Banners and all that stuff. Comic book series and all that good stuff. So, we will give our thoughts on some other things, Walking Dead related, that have been going on recently, and do a few questions for today, though. Next one is from Variety.com. Link will be in the description, and it's about if Nicole Brown is going to be doing SDCC instead of Chris Hardwick this year. We'll have to see for Talking Dead on August 12th who's going to, it's like a month away pretty much now, a month and a week, really. Who's going to do the Talking Dead in, or Fear of the Talking Dead or whatever, Talking Dead for Fear of the Walking Dead and then go into the season. Will it be her? It's probably a safe bet that maybe she'll take over Talking Dead too. If you're a fan of her, then you're probably going to like it. If you don't like it, then okay, maybe you don't like it. But I don't know. We'll see. To me, it's like, oh, it doesn't really matter that much. It's like, whatever. You're going to tune into SDCC to see the trailer anyway. The person who's presenting the trailer is like, okay, that's fine. But, does it really matter? Well, it matters, but does it really matter? Well, not really. Billie Jean had said, and I'll have a link to this as well, too, there is a petition to try to get Chris Hardwick back on Talking Dead. So bring back Chris Hardwick. You guys can check that out for yourselves if you want to. If you want to sign it, if you're a big fan of Chris Hardwick, then link will be in the description. Sign it up. Let them know. And who knows, maybe if enough people sign a petition, AMC will decide, okay, we'll resume Talking Dead with him or something like this. We'll see, man. I mean, really, who knows? But if you're a fan of Chris Hardwick and you want to do that, then you sign the petition in the description below. There you go, Billie Jean. There's a route to it. But to the people who are trying to say it to me like in a way where like I have to do this, or it's like, I mean, to me it doesn't matter that much to me who hosts Talking Dead, this kind of deal. It's mainly based on the content is really what I want to see, and that kind of thing. So he does a pretty good job, and again, if you're a big fan, then go ahead and sign it. To me, I don't really care that much, to be honest. Jeffrey D. Morgan, he had released one too. Link will also be in the description. Lots of links today, and fans showing up at his house. Right, dear people that think it's a solid plan to come to our house, take pictures, drive up to the house, knock on the door. It's not a good plan. It's rude and creepy. Please respect our privacy, or respect our privacy, please. And you're being recorded. So some people are freaking out, JDM. Negan. They follow Negan back, right? And they're taking pictures of Negan and they're doing stuff. So there's a public service announcement for you guys. JDM does not appreciate people coming to his house. How did they find his address? That's what I'm reading this here, thinking to myself. I'm like, how did they get your address, bro? I mean, I know Walking Dead fans are crazy, so maybe people are going to follow him back and take pictures and it's just craziness, right? They know where Negan lives. Let's go to Negan's house, right? Let's all, and also for him too as well. Like, do you think that was a good thing to say? Really? Do you think that they're going to stop just because you told them to? It doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? You tell them to, they're going to do it anyway. Or maybe even more people will be like, "Oh, I never checked out Negan's house. Maybe I'll find out where he lives." It's like that's not going to work. But anyway, it's kind of funny, but it's true with celebrities. Like the way people treat them. I think Ellen did a good one on this one, where she did one where they went to the mall or something and. She acted like an animal in a cage, because it's true that when they're, walking around or just living life normally, people are just like, like pointing out, so you can see why they wear the hats and the glasses and everything to try to blend in, because after a while, I mean, it might be fun for a little while, but after a few years, you're probably like, God damn, man, are people just going to, that shit is not cool, right? Shut that shit down, no exceptions. So that's cool. He should have made a promo out of it, though. That's what I think. But granted, he's busy, filming the season and stuff like that, or whatever work he's doing, but that's funny. But yeah, guys, out of respect for Neegs, don't go to his house and start taking pictures and doing all kinds of weird stuff. Okay, so there it is. Scotch Gaming says, Trev and Trev subscribers, I have a question, and I genuinely love to hear your answer. How do you picture the Walking Dead ending? And he asked this question for like a week, and I saw it, Scotch, so I just, didn't get around to it till now. So here it is for you. So what do we think? Like, how do we picture the Walking Dead ending? Me personally, at this point, based on what AMC has said and what's been going on with the series, I personally picture an ending around season maybe 12 or 13 right now, based on what we're seeing right now. Because I think AMC's not going to want to let it go until it's the absolute end, right? And even if they have to kill off freaking season 9, I think they should at least get a few more seasons of it. So you're thinking like 12, 13, 14, something like that. And then maybe, Rick's been killed off at that point. You just have a few survivors left. Maybe Daryl's still alive. And then, maybe a happy ending. Maybe you go Commonwealth. They meet with everybody else. Maybe the group from Fear the Walking Dead finds the Commonwealth too. They all get together in the end to have a happy, celebration and, celebrate Rick or something, or do something like that, and just, have like a happy ending for the Walking Dead. At least that's the way I would like to see it. Of course, you can go with kind of the Alien 3 ending too and just kill everybody. I mean, like the last episode, everybody dies. You just wasted 14 years or 13 years. I would hate that, right? I'd want to see a happy ending where, they find, a place where they're going to be able to live, and they won't be in danger, and life will be good, and we know that going forward, they're all going to survive and live out their lives until they naturally, their time comes naturally. It won't be at the hands of zombies or whatever. So they win, in other words. Whoever survives wins at that point in season 12, 13, 14, something like that. So that's how I would picture The Walking Dead ending, and that's how, based on current information where we're at right now, I think it probably will be something like that. Who knows? Maybe it'll go on even longer than that. It will get to season 14 or 15 or 16. I don't even know. But we'll have to see. That's a ways out from right now. And with all the kind of controversy and trouble The Walking Dead's had lately, people are going to say, no way, Trev. There's no way it's going to die after this year. And you could be right, too. And leave a comment below if that's what you think. If you think they kill Rick off this year, he's done after season 9, and then the show goes to season 10 maybe, and then it ends, or it ends right at 9 or something. I don't know. It probably won't end at 9 because they'll at least bring it back for 10, even if they wanted to end it then and do one last season and probably wrap it up, which I don't think they'll do. I think they'll want even more still. And I think fans will too, even after. But will it be as many fans as the show has now? Probably not, but we'll see what happens. Nature's Degenerate says, do you think Rick will get Andrea's death from the comics? So this is one that maybe we'll save for an entire video on its own. We'll kind of go through that and take a look at the death of Andrea from the comics and then kind of compare, because that was fairly recent. Like, that was like, what? Was that last year? Something like that, right? Andrea survived a long time in the comics, and eventually she was killed at the hands of a kind of a haphazard bite, or a bite as a result of something they were doing. So will it be something like that in the television series? I mean, based on the spoilers, if the spoilers are right, it pretty much will be something like that. Now, will he be able to kind of get away and have a few last minutes with everybody around there? Based on the episode count, it doesn't look like it from what we're seeing. I don't know. Episode 5 would be, that type of deal. So who knows? Maybe they could do like 3 or 4, he gets bitten, and then 5, he's finally dead. I don't know. We'll see, and we'll compare. We'll do a video more in depth on that one later, I think, for Nature's Degenerate. But I see what you're saying, and it'll be somewhat like that. You could argue that maybe Carl's death was something like that, and it was somewhat similar to Andrea's death in the comic book series. Very similar, actually. So I'm not sure if Rick, if he is killed off, it will be as similar as that. Some people like the idea of a Noah death for Rick, where he just gets caught up in a whole herd and they just fucking devour the hell out of him. I don't know. That'll be crazy, man. I don't know if they want to go that route, but who knows? That would sure bring the brutality back, right? All the SJWs that were whining in season 7 about the brutality of the Negan Lucille kills, they're going to be like all losing their heads. I love it. Right, let's do it. Rick just get torn apart, right? It'd be awesome, right? It'd make the Noah death look, not so bad. Like, have so many zombies eating him that his body gets lifted up and he's just like everywhere. I don't know. It'd be brutal, man. I don't really want to see that, to be honest with you. Maybe 1 or 2 more. Samantha Castro says, have we not thought that maybe this is when Rick is like, I need to go find Morgan, bounces out, hitting the road to Texas to find him, e.g., why he's taking a leave? I don't know, just a thought. I hope so. I really hope so. I hope that he's like, it's been a couple years, time skip. Everything's peaceful. Everything's good. You guys will be fine without me. I'm taking a convoy. Maggie's coming with me because she's got to go film another show. And we're going to find Morgan. And we'll be back after we're done our other projects in real life. And, break the fourth wall. You, and you, who all have other shows to film. Let's all go together. Let's go find Morgan. And then we'll be back later when, in a few years after we run out of other things to do and we decide we want to come back to Walking Dead, right? I don't know. Something like that would just be very convenient. And, I like it better than the death, right? At least then, Rick is going to come back at some point. It would switch up the show a little bit. It would change things quite a bit. It would give them a break, and then maybe 2 or 3 years later, they come back, and it would repump. Like, people would be happy to see them return. The whole Morgan effect, where Morgan is there, we see him in season 3, and then finally he comes back in season 5. You get that pump because people want to see him back, and they've missed him for a little while. And you can't miss somebody if they're not gone, right? So, again, that'd be something I'd prefer more. But the zombie Noah death for Rick does sound kind of crazy too. So I don't know. The last one will be from The Real Hot Dog, which I kind of like that name, right? The Real Hot Dog. Hey, Trev, just had a thought. Since Jon Bernthal has been seen around set, could he be a vision as Rick Lay's dying. So yeah, man, I mean, anything like that I think would be really cool. I think it'd be good if you do like a positive, but it's got to be kind of positive though, right? Because you can't, you probably wouldn't want to have him come in and be like, you know, in a villainous type of way where he's like, see, I told you so, right? Like you couldn't keep them safe. I told you, right? No, it could be a flashback, or maybe, you know, maybe Rick does die, because that's a big question, right? Is should we see, like, if Rick dies, we've always, or most of the series, we've seen the series through Rick's perspective in a lot of times. So if Rick dies, you know, could you see that death and, you know, the screen go black or something as he dies right off? And then maybe as the episode ends or something, right at the end, you see something like that. So a kind of a passing over to the other side type of deal. It could work. It could be really cool if they wanted to do that. But I think you have to have Jon Bernthal come back and say sorry, and, you know, that kind of deal, and have them make peace and tell each other it's okay. And, or maybe have him say, like, you did even better than I could. Damn, man, you did a whole lot better than I could, right? That scratches, right? Nice job, man. You know, something like that. You know, anything like that would be great. You got Angela Kang's show running, so she's all about the relationships and all about the great dialogue between the survivors and how people feel about each other and all that. So, man, that could be great if that's how they're going to do it. So we'll see when we actually see those episodes, if he is killed off and how we feel about it. It's exciting to see this whole thing kind of come together. And at least it's different, right? At least it's a season coming up where it's like, you don't know what's going to happen. You know, are they going to kill him or are they not? Is it going to kill the show or not? Right? At least it's got some drama about it, right? It's got something festering. It's got something going on. You just kind of want to see what's going to happen. I just don't know. So let me know what you guys think. If you like this video today, oh yeah, I got a Triga t-shirt on, right? It's nice. So if you like the video today, you can subscribe at the bottom left. Check out the t-shirt store. A link will be in the description. And thumb it up below as well too. Trev2 stores. Check it out, guys. That's it for this one. I'll see you guys again soon for another video. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.